Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another interview on the Southern Cross Combat YouTube channel. I'm your host, Joel Rasmussen, and today's interview is with Mr. Sonny Kirisome ahead of his pro debut. Just kidding. He's not turning pro. He was meant to turn pro. He's meant to turn pro like 3 times now. No, I'm talking to Sonny Kirisome, a heavyweight out of Gamebred in Queensland, ahead of another amateur fight, beat down tomorrow. He was meant to turn pro. And then, is my audio just like super peaking right now? I don't know. And then, unfortunately, the opponent pulled out. And so now he is having what he hopes is one last amateur bout. We talk about that, the troubles of getting booked, and some other things. Thank you, Sonny, for the time. I greatly appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoy it. If you do, please like, comment, and subscribe. Heavyweight's a very thin division, just in general. They just don't make people that big. Typically. So, I'll be, watching Sonny's pro debut will be one, when it eventually happens, will definitely be one to watch, because, I'm sure the path forward, it's a very short path to making the big leagues, if he can find fights, which is something he's had difficulty with, which we talk about. Sonny has a official amateur record of, I think, 2-1. I think that's what it reads on Tapology. But he's a gamma striking world champion. So he has many more fights than that. And his opponent is also a gamma world champion. So we're having like a gam versus gam off. He's a man who's proudly repping Samoa as well as Australia. But yeah, if you like it, like, comment, subscribe, and here's my interview with Sonny Kirisome. G'day, it's Joel Rasmussen from Southern Cross Combat, and ahead of his fight on Beatdown 11, I'm talking to Mr. Sonny Kirisome. Sonny, I thank you very much for the time. How is your Wednesday?
Yeah, it's all right. Pretty chill today. Got the day off, so it's not too bad. Like I said, we sort of locked ourselves out of our house. But other than that, it's a nice day here in Brisbane.
Excellent. Outside of the locking yourself out, that's rough. You were telling me
Yeah,
before we started, you're in the process of moving. How is the move?
yeah, it's good. It's good transition. But it's always stressful. Um, with all the furniture and stuff. But I'm grateful for my siblings to be here, and we also just helped out to move. So it's all right.
Are you still like, will this be closer to Gamebred? Will this be further away? How does this change your like training life?
Yeah, it's a bit further out. It's a bit further out. I lived in like Southeast Brisbane, but I moved out to Ipswich way, so it'd be a further drive, but yeah, it is what it is. Still make training and stuff, make it work somehow.
Exactly, you always do. And
Yeah,
talking about making stuff work, uh, I mean this from a place of love, Sonny.
yeah.
Is your pro debut cursed?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Hey, I'm not sure what's happening, man. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's happening, but I'm just rolling with the punches, man. Whatever happens, happens. Sort of just trusting God's timing, at this point. So, um, yeah, I just take what I can get, really.
So, for those watching who don't know, I believe this is the third time the pro debut has not happened.
Um, yeah, I've lost count. I'm not even sure, but yeah, probably sounds right about the third time. Yeah,
You mentioned there when I brought it up that you're kind of putting it in God's hands, you're trusting it, into the universe.
yeah,
Um, you seem very, relaxed and easygoing right now, but I got to imagine, is it frustrating?
yeah, for sure. When I heard about the news, I had my moment of frustration, but um, I'm just yeah, I'm grateful Stanley was able to step in, especially so late notice. So yeah, look, it's what I can get. So I just turn up at night and perform. I'm just keen to fight. That's it, really. So it is what it is, you know.
I was going to ask, is because it was originally your pro debut was originally booked on a show earlier in the year, and then it was going to be on a different show earlier in the year, and then a pull out here. Were you set on fighting on this date?
The date coming.
Yeah, the one that you are booked on now. Were you like, find me a fight for this date? I've already missed 2 dates already.
Yeah, I'm not sure how it came about. I think Damien just hit up Dunstan saying that they had a heavyweight ready to go, so he put my name down. And yeah, when I found out about it, I was locked in. Um, yeah, I had enough time to prepare, and yeah, unfortunately, you know, he had whatever he had going on, and um, but yeah, that's all right. Yeah, shit happens, you know.
How is the feeling of staying one more an amateur? Do you think this will be the last one an amateur?
Yeah, for sure. I hope so, man. I hope so. Yeah, yeah, I really want to start, making some money from it, make my name, yeah, get my name out there. I really wanted to be this fight to, make a statement in the pros. Um, just to get my name out there. I know it's a bit difficult now because it's my debut. So it's hard to, you know, um, I guess advertise myself. But yeah, I want to get that debut out of the way. I feel like that's the hardest one, and then sort of launch my career from there. But yeah, it's a minor setback, but it's all right. I think you can't have enough like experience, so I just take this as more experience and just prep me more for my debut, and I'll be ready.
Talking about that experience, you're a man who's got a lot of it, both in terms of amateur MMA on the scene here, but then the Gamma and the IMAF
Yeah,
experience. For those who don't know, what is kind of like what has your journey in MMA been thus far?
yeah. So I started the Wimp to Warrior program, which is called the Ultra program now, which is the 20 weeks training, and then you get a fight at the end. And then from there, I just had a couple more fights here in Australia, which was on XFC and Eternal. And I was able to make the Australia team for the IMAF. And I went over to Serbia for Australia. And then after that, Gamma hit me up saying that they were looking for fighters to represent Samoa, which I was able to do twice, Oceania and twice at the World. So I was able to rack up a few more fights there and gain more experience. And yeah, I guess I got one more Emmy fight here in Oz, and then hopefully I get my pro debut.
What you mentioned that you did the Wimp to Warrior, which people will now know as Alter.
Yeah.
Why? What drew you to combat sports?
I think it was just I just wanted to experience what it was like to fight in a cage. I've always been a fan of like fighting, and mostly I was into boxing really, but then MMA wasn't as big as it is now. You know what I mean? But yeah, it was more just to tick it off my bucket list. And I seen it on Facebook, this program, and I searched it on YouTube, and I seen some fighters, some of the heavyweights, and I was like, oh yeah, I thought I could do that. Had that kind of mindset, and then yeah, I just took it upon myself to take that first step, and then Gamebred was hosting the Ultra program at that time, and then I've just stuck with it since. Yeah,
Talking about your opponent, Stanley. I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name. I'm going to say Malay.
yeah.
Uh, what do you make of him as an opponent, as a fighter?
No, he's good. He's good. He's well rounded. I know. Yeah, I hung out with him a few times in Jakarta when we fought for Samoa. He took out the gold for the MMA division for the heavyweights, and I took out the gold for the striking MMA. So it'll be a good matchup. It's a good matchup. I think. Yeah, obviously I'm more of like a striker, and I know he's got a bit of jits. That's more his strength, but I know he can stand too and um mix it up well. So no, it'd be good for me. Just to um mix it up with him, and yeah, I'm keen, man. I'm keen.
You mentioned that I had heard that yeah, you proudly for Gamma you were proudly repping Samoa. He was also proudly repping Samoa. Did you guys ever cross paths much? Do you know much about him?
Not really. Like we talked here and there. I didn't get too personal or nothing. It was just sort of there was just like mutual respect. He's we're both on the same journey. Just trying to make something of ourselves through MMA. And yeah, I never thought we'd fight to be honest, but yeah, this is just the sport, and it's hard to find heavyweights. And I respect him for accepting this fight. So yeah, I don't know him too personally, but yeah, no, he does seem like a humble guy though. He's a good bloke.
You mentioned there, it's difficult to find heavyweights. That
Mm.
works both, meaning for it's hard to find opponents, but also training partners. Uh,
Yeah,
what is your kind of training like at Gamebred? Gamebred's a very good level gym, but I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with kind of the heavier guys at that
yeah,
gym.
yeah. There's not many heavyweights there or bigger people to spar, but I do a lot of rounds with Lonnie. I know Lonnie and Darcy's at our gym. Um, Other than that, there's not really many other bigger people. Yeah, it's more like just the smaller guys I just like um get working with. Benny Darcy, Ben Grant, he's another amateur light heavyweight. Um, but yeah, that's mainly my sparring partners, and I just sort of do what I can with them. They still give me good work. They still throw me around and stuff. But nah, yeah, it's a quality gym. I know we got some people up at Ignite too, like Martinez, who's like welterweight, but he's throws heavyweights like it's nothing. Um, but yeah, no, we've got some quality fighters here.
You mentioned there, yeah, you're working with some lighter guys.
Yeah,
How is that? Is that like, are you having to compensate for their speed heaps? Like, is it the whole like speed v power thing? Like, what is it like working with guys who aren't that your same weight? They're a lot lighter than you.
yeah, nah, for sure. Yeah, it's more like just speed and um, like more just technique. Like I wish I could have people where they sort of just where I can feel the weight, more of the weight just on me and stuff. But this is more just like technical kind of things and um, yeah. But it's more just they're just a lot faster and it makes me react faster. It makes me get more more quicker with yeah what I'm working on. So nah, it's been good. It's been good.
I'm familiar with like IMAF and Gamma as institutions, and I've seen them, but I don't have like a photographic memory. Is Gamma in 4 ounces and no shinnies, or is that 8 ounces and shin pads?
I think it's 8 ounces, but they wear shin pads. They wear shin pads.
In
But
well,
uh,
in Queensland, you don't have to do that now.
what's that?
Like you won't
Oh,
have shin pads or
for
8 ounces
amateurs.
in this fight. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, true. Yeah, that's way better for me.
Well, I was just about to ask you how you're
Yeah,
feeling about that.
yeah. No, I definitely prefer that. Yeah. Um, so I can really feel the shots. Yeah, because I'm looking to finish this fight, so that'd be advantage for me. Oh, probably for both of us.
Well, you are a lovingly again. I mean this. You are a very scary man. Front kick KO is barbaric at heavyweight.
Yeah, yeah,
Where does that come from? Most people you'd expect overhand right. You're like, I'm gonna throw
yeah,
the front kick.
yeah. I don't know. It was just more instinct at the time, and like I've just practiced on the bag here and there. Just I think because in my mind I think I'm just like a smaller person. I don't know why. I feel I can just move faster. Um, but yeah, at that time it was just more just instinct. I just saw an opening. I was like, I'll just say this, and then yeah, thank goodness it landed.
So all that work with the welterweights and stuff, you have to be
Yeah,
quicker.
yeah, have to be speed. Yeah, have to be faster. So yeah, I prefer that over power anyway.
What you mentioned there, you're coming in to finish this fight. What is the I'm not gonna say, yeah, we'll say the word prediction. What is the prediction? What are you sensing? What are you feeling from this matchup?
I feel I'm just gonna better him, man. I feel I'll finish in round one for sure. That's what I feel. Um, how? I'm not sure. I feel I'm just gonna land some heavy shots on him, and he'll yeah, he won't take it. So round one finish. Yeah, I'll be too fast for him, too quick.
Not a question designed to imply that you're in any way looking through Stanley, or this is a question, no disrespect to Stanley.
Yeah,
But, it's clear you want that pro debut. That is what I would imagine you're looking for next after this.
yeah,
You were matched up against Adnan Larry. You were also matched up against Ken Villiamu, two fights that didn't happen. Are
yeah.
those two fights you'd be looking at, or are you maybe done with those guys?
Oh, whoever, man, whoever. I'd like to get one of them two because they're the only two people that have like shown interest to fight me. You know what I mean? So I'm sure they yeah stuff happens like I said. So I'm sure they'd be interested in fighting me. But whoever can get, I'll fight. To be honest, just anyone at this point, you know.
It is a thing where there's not heaps of heavyweights, so putting on great performances can get you somewhere very quickly.
Mm.
I don't if you have put any, thought into what the path looks like for you. In your head, what is your path through the Australian scene? Like X amount of wins, title, that type of stuff.
Um, just getting any fight at this point, eh? Just like yeah, I like to rack up a few wins and try and get on contender series. I think UFC is the ultimate goal. But this year, I really wanted to like sort of gain the experience and get a few fights, and then maybe next year I could make my name for myself and get onto like contender series next year. But we'll see how that works out. I wanted at least 3 or 4 fights this year, but it's halfway through the year. I've only got this amateur fight, so we'll see how the rest of the year plans out. But yeah, I'll just stay ready for whatever happens. Yeah.
Before, when we are talking about the moving of the house, you mentioned you said we are locked out of the house. Who also lives in your house with you?
Just my siblings. My siblings. I've got two sisters and a brother, and we all just moved into our new house here.
Where do you fall in that? Are you youngest,
Um,
eldest?
Second oldest. So I've got older brother, and then it's me, and then it's my two younger sisters.
What is the that family unit like? How do they all feel about the fighting?
Oh, they love it. They love it. They get upset when I'm like when I'm telling them, yeah, oh, the fight fell through, and they're like, oh, like yeah, they're sad about it. But my little sister actually fights too. Oh, she had a couple of fights herself. So yeah, they love it. They enjoy it.
Is she gonna continue following it as well?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I think she's just working at the moment, just focusing on herself. Um, but yeah, who knows? Who knows what could happen?
Do they I'm assuming if they're supportive of it, yes, but some people's families can't stand coming to the fights. They get all like, "Oh, I
Yeah,
can't look."
yeah, yeah, yeah.
How are they? Or are they in like the front row cheering on?
Yeah, they're in the front row cheering on. Yeah, 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 yeah. I can hear him fucking in the cage.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say
yeah, they're real supportive. Yeah,
I couldn't I'm not surprised to hear that. I would does not
yeah,
shock me you've got that support network around you.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, they enjoy it. Yeah.
And finally for me, Sonny, I really do appreciate the time.
No,
I'm loving the backwards baseball hat. What team are you repping?
um, whatever that team is, I don't really. I just like the hat.
I too
Yeah, yeah, I
just
just
buy
like the
things
hat.
because of fashion
Yeah,
accessories.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Whatever B stands for.
Dude, the killer bees, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
What does between now and the fight look like for you?
Just chilling, really, just resting the body. I'll get like a little work in, probably pad rounds and just a bit of bag work, but nothing too heavy. Trying to eat as good as I can. I don't really have to make weight or anything, so um, yeah, just pretty much just chill, just trying to get this house sorted. Hey,
Yeah.
yeah,
Do you think it would always have been fighting for you? Was there ever any other sport?
yeah. I grew up playing rugby league, um, but yeah, I wasn't that good. I mean, I just did it for fun. I never made like rep teams or like, was serious about it. Um, but I was always into sport. I was always gymming. There's always something active. I like to be active. And then, yeah, then fighting just, was there. So I'm glad I found it.
What do you think it was about fighting as compared to something like rugby league that made you want to pursue it?
I think it's just more entertaining, eh? I think just maybe having that the skill set of being knowing that you know how to defend yourself. Um, Yeah, I'm not sure what it was. It was insane. That's all I know. I used to like watching, the street fights and yeah, even in school, watching school fights. And but yeah, no, I enjoy it now. Yeah,
Any participating in those school fights or purely spectating?
no, no, spectator, spectator.
In case your parents are watching. I don't know. I don't want this to be a lazy assumption to make, but his nickname was literally the Super Samoan. Big fan of
Mm.
Mark Hunt.
Yeah, he's probably the reason why. I used to start watching UFC, and then yeah, I sort of read some of his book, in his upbringing, which was crazy. And yeah, now I'm a massive fan because yeah, he's like the pioneer or someone who set the platform for us Polynesians to make way into the UFC. So yeah,
I,
no,
f-
I love him.
I feel like there is that growing Polynesian representation in a lot of combat sports.
Yeah,
And I think you're seeing it more on the regional scene, and then as it goes into the UFC, I think it's just going to get better and better. To
yeah,
be a guy who is part of the wave, in the way that Mark Hunt did it, you will continue to do it and help the people who come after you. What does
yeah.
that mean to you to be proudly repping Samoa?
Oh, that's yeah, it's inspiring. I love it. I love that I'm able to use this platform and try and yeah get other young Polynesians into the game. Um, but yeah, no, it's been good. I love watching all the Polynesians in the UFC and um yeah, because I feel there's so much that I can relate to, and I can see myself like yeah, like if they can make it, I can make it. You know what I mean? And no, it's good to watch. It's good to watch.
Excellent, Sonny. Sonny, I thank you so much for the time. I hope good luck in the fight, and then I hope the pro debut does come, man, because I know it's
Thank
something
you.
you're absolutely chasing.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, me too.
Thank
Thank
you
you for
so
having me.
much. Of course, brother. Of course.
Thank you.